nothing, hiding in the cold corner, never trusting.
Oh, folks, I don't know what to do. I don't know why I did this. It's like agreeing to hop on a really scary ride, and then as soon as you strap into the ride, you realize, yeah, I committed to this. Why did I do this? Knox Hill scares me, okay? I've checked out his stuff before. I can count on one hand the amount of songs he's written that are actually slow and easy for a dumb person like me to react to and catch everything. You want to know double entendres, you want to know multi-syllable rhyme schemes, you want to know cadences, you want to know flows, you want to know all that stuff, go no further than Knox Hill. Not just with his own ability, but also when he's talking about stuff and he's doing his breakdowns. It was actually him that got me inspired to do similar types of breakdowns. And then, of course, Ren. We all know and love Ren. The fact that they're doing a song called Fentanyl, I mean, medicine, that is Ren's whole thing. I mean, not his whole thing, of course. He's talked about a lot of varieties of stuff. But the thing that he's most known for, talking about the medicine, about the woes of the medical community. And Knox, I mean, they're bringing it in together. It's scary. This is 4 minutes long. I don't want to do this, but I got to press the button.
Conscious rap was vibing, but they said it wasn't selling. So instead of tribe, the question was for highs. I guess I get it. But we sold our De La Souls and reassigned the proper metrics. Violent rap survived and Darwinized the prophet zealots.
Okay, I only caught about half of that, but from what I did catch, we're talking about how conscious rap, talking about actual life, was deemed not really profitable. So we've gone the opposite direction, where instead of talking about the woes of society, our own mental health, and those kinds of things, we've turned to sort of plastering the mental health stuff out there. Whether or not all of these mumble rappers are lying about drugs and alcohol and all these different things, regardless, it's what's selling. And we're kind of paying the price. We're seeing ways that people are being influenced to stay negative, to stay hooked on things, instead of try and find value and in bettering yourself.
And reassign the proper metrics. Violent rap survived and Darwinized the prophet zealots. Survival of the fittest. Trade your bars for gems and you'll be shining. That's the realest in this.
So then again, they said, and violent rap was seen as profitable too. So for the people who want to argue, well, lots of rap does bad things and promotes bad things. He's not saying that that's not the case. He's even pointing out the violent rap. There's a lot of rappers who talk about violence and they don't actually do any of that. It makes me sick every time I see someone like Youngboy in his very open, transparent interviews that he did when he was under house arrest, where he was like, "I'm scared of people," and people were like, "Oh man, my boy shook," instead of, "Hey, this man needs help." And we have a whole issue going on here with alcohol and drugs and horrible, awful things that is being promoted in this music. And this man is dying in front of us. How many of us are actually going to talk about that? That stuff bothers me, you know?
It's survival of the fittest. Trade your bars for gems and you'll be shining. That's the realest. In this climate of addiction style, Big Pharma is the realest. Now, as long as pills are filling, you ain't really gotta feel the sound. The world is full of joy.
So then you don't have to feel anything so long as more pills are being made and all that. I am so glad, even though my story is a little bit complicated, but I was on ADHD medication when I was a kid. And I didn't want to be beholding to pills. I didn't want a single thing to have control. Because not only did I feel like I wasn't really learning about myself and trying to develop skills at the same time, but also it hindered my my hunger. It's already hard for me to think about eating a lot of the time. I just don't think about it. And that stuff made me feel not hungry all day long. And I kept thinking, I don't want to have any of this in my life anymore. But that comes from realizing you have a problem. And I'm sure they're going to talk more about this. It's just we are not in a world that really cares about solving problems, at least from what I'm seeing.
You gotta feel the sound. The world is full of juice, and while you floating, you've been finna drown. How many rappers out here missing out? But they sell you with this vision and this fear of missing out. The industry will fuck us, so we follow what is trending. Brag about these hollow tips, but it's all hollow tip dependent. I lace my verse with fentanyl and lean into attention.
So lean into attention lean, the alcohol leaning. But also they were saying the hollow tips, we're writing about hollow tips, but it's a hollow tip with writing it. It's hollow. You're not really saying anything of substance. I think that is definitely true. I also liked how Ren came in kind of the grittier voice as part of the ad-libs for the chorus. I really, really like that.
But it's all hollow tip dependent. I lace my verse with fentanyl and lean into attention. Toe tags for the mentions, body bags for what they spending. While they bragging, we descended from the ground. We all descendants now.
Also, I love the choir stuff. I mean, with everything that Ren has gone through musically over the last little while, any sort of time you have choirs and Ren, it's like, oh, this is a serious thing. And are we going to get some acting here? We're getting Ren here and Knox, but hold up. There was something else that I missed because I'm talking too much.
Body bags for what they spending. While they bragging, we descended from the ground. We all descendants now.
So we're all descendants of people doing drugs and everything. We are descendants of pill users, and we're descending, I think they were basically saying we're dying. So we're ascending, and we're all descendants. I think that's what he was saying. So just that whole the cycle. You do this thing, it costs you your life, and then you pass on that addiction to your descendants.
And we descended from the ground, we all descendants now.
Sinners don't sleep in this broken town, trading their souls for some golden brown. Feel the release, come back down. But when I'm coming up...
Ooh, okay, we're not coming up. There was some song that clicked in the back of my head when he was starting to sing that. First of all, I love this idea of Ren. I mean, of course, obviously, stylistically, it's just you need two characters to be able to do this scene, and they're both singing the same thing. But the fact that he's being the dealer, dealing some laced stuff for Knox, and then he drops from that. I mean, that's just, it's crazy to do it that way.
Don't sleep in this broken town, trading their souls for some golden brown. Feel the release, come back.
Feel the release. I mean, I know it's what a lot of rappers do these days, but there was one song in particular that came to my mind with his stylistic focus on that. Feel the release. It almost sounds like a party type anthem thing, yet we're not having a party. We're having issues here. That's crazy.
Down. But when I'm coming up, killers on the city streets bagging it up. Crooks and addicts with habits get rushed. We living in vain just to end it all. And I spend it all on the fentanyl.
My cousin.
Okay, we're getting into his own experience, because I was going to say, has Knox done any fentanyl? I don't know. I don't know his experience on that. But saying, hey, we're spending everything to try and catch these highs. We're not giving ourselves anything, and we're not putting anything into, the people around us. We're not giving to anybody. We're just spending in order to, help ourselves. Woof. Okay.
Just to end it all, and I spend it all on the fentanyl.
My cousin was a pitcher on that curve. He got that scholarship on campus. He's the man. Throwing heat as he was hot as shit, but then he hurt his arm. Senior year's time to prove it. Started taking painkillers so he could play and keep it moving.
Ooh, okay. So he his cousin ball was what was going to get him somewhere, and he hurt himself. And then he's like, okay, I can make a choice. I can keep pitching through the pain and just take some painkillers and keep going. But what I'm seeing here is we're going to be addicted to it. Yeah. Jeez.
Taking painkillers so he could play and keep it moving. Scouts watching, couldn't lose him. So he took more and he kept using. For he knew it, he's abusing. Fastballs and two seams. Too clean, but now he...
Fastballs and two seams. I mean, unless two seams is something related to drugs, it's the two seams of the ball. Fastballs and two seams. Oh, fastballs. That's a drug, isn't it? Fastballs? I know goofballs is. Fastballs and two seams, so the two seams of the ball. Man, okay. All right, this is where my brain's going to start killing me. Okay, fine. Let's go.
Using fastballs and two seams. Too clean, but now he's losing weight.
Too clean. You're throwing too clean, but now you're losing weight. Okay?
Drug test, he failed, so they kicked him off the team. He tried to kick the habit, but he's mad that he had lost his dreams. He's sad.
Okay, so kicked him off the team. He tried to kick it, but he was sad because he lost his dream. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, my brain just wasn't working right there.
But he got off the lane. But all it takes is one reminder. In his mind, he couldn't help it. He was trying to finally settle. Midnight, he went outside. He was fighting with his devils. One hit, he told himself, it'll help me through this hell. I know I'm sick and I need help, but one hit, man, what the hell? So he lit it, then he took it to the face. But as the story goes, you know that fentanyl is lace.
Sinners don't sleep in this broken town, trading their souls for some golden brown. Feel the release, come back down. But when I'm coming up, killers on the city streets, bagging it up. Crooks and addicts with happy escape rush. We living in vain just to end it all, and I spent it all under Fentanyl.
Took my heart, you took my fucking life. Took my pride, you took my mind. Took who I am and turned to vice. Took my fam, I burned the...
First of all, I'm so sorry. I was just staring, looking at the acting right there. I love that type of stuff where you are just getting into it and you're swaggering around, you're falling over, you are just, I mean, give yourself into it, man. I think that just makes it all the more real what we're talking about here. You know what I mean? Also, I'm so glad that I've never had issues with drugs. I never even was in an environment where anyone even knew where you could get it. And I'm so glad for that because, man, it's like I keep hearing about it now that I'm on the outside of my 20s, hearing so many people have issues with pills and stuff. And in the job that I work at, I'm with a lot of people and seeing some people facially, teeth-wise, a bunch of different things, track marks on their arm, a couple of them. You sit there and think, man, like, look at how much of your life was lost because of this thing that I'm sure all of you can remember when we were all kids. What was it? It was a way to have fun. Well, are you going to be cool and do the thing? Like, dude, I mean, I think a lot of kids even these days, will argue that, those programs trying to get you to not do drugs might have been a little corny, but I don't think those kids are even doing drugs. It's like it's more a meme to criticize the programs than actually take any of that stuff. I think a lot of people know, like, yeah, we don't actually want to do that, and I'm glad for that, man. I mean, it was just not a good thing, and a lot of those people who were telling me, "Oh, are you cool? Are you going to do this thing?" Now they have kids, can't afford anything, and their lives are going down the drain. I consider myself blessed. There by the grace of God go I.
Took my heart, you took my fucking life. Took my pride, you took my mind. Took who I am and turned to vice. Took my fam, I burned the price. And now I stand on murder time. And all my plans have turned to ice. I burn in fire, build this pyre higher. I'm wired in this dopamine, get higher. Still a broken fiend, supplier of the hopeless dreams. When it's all smoke, the only rope's the one that chokes. Will they remember me? Take all my memories and light them on this fire.
Will they remember me? Take all my memories. A lot of drug stuff can also affect your memory and how you recall things, which that's the biggest part that scares me. Like I've seen people wigging out on the side of a road, hitting themselves, yelling. I can't even imagine trying to talk to someone like that or being able to get them help. I don't even know what they would need. I never took any schooling on that subject, right? And then on the flip side, I only ever knew the medical side of things, where there's a lot of people who come in because they're addicted to getting poked and fed through an IV, and then they're right back out there, And it's a sad, sad thing, man. And I think it's crazy too that Knox wasn't sharing from the perspective of his cousin, right? He's trying to jump into that idea of this is someone who's right on that edge, in that little bit of moment of lucidity before you fall over on the other side. And that's a horrible, horrible place to be in anything. When you're taking that road that is selfish and you're about to commit too far to be able to turn back, that's a scary spot,
Fire for the crooked dealer, he who packaged hate. Fire for that gritty villain, he who had it laced. Fire for my future, that look on my father's face. My mother's still in tears, my cousin, he's too far away. When they told me to get help, and yes, I tried again. But in the end, we're all just veins. And in the end, it came to veins. And in the end, I died in vain. And in the end, I tried to, fuck it.
So then I wonder if that, in that perspective, if maybe it did happen, but his cousin's too far away, he can't talk to him, so then he turns to drugs to try and numb that for a little bit. That's horrible.
Oh, God.
And that moment of horror when you realize you went too far. CDC reports that from 99 to 21, opioids, including fentanyl, 500,000 deaths. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Like, yeah. Yeah. I said all I'm going to say on that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. If any of you have anything deep you want to share on, please know this is a safe place to do that, man. I might not go through exactly what you're going through, but I can certainly be a listening ear. And I would like to think that my community would be one of safety as well. You're not alone. You never will be. That's just a voice in your head telling you that you have to look to pills and things like that in order to get through something, man. There are people that can help you. I will say that for the rest of my life. And please, on another note, if you're interested in this music, check out the rest of what Knox makes. He is a big-time artist. He's worked with industry greats, not just Ren on the independent side, but Crooked Eye, one of the biggest old school rappers from a while, from back when it all started, man. And I'd hope you enjoy that. So let's see what else we got here. Oh. Wow. So it has been on the rise. It has been on the rise. Yes, help is available. It is available. Call this number. Write it down if you need. Get this to people who need it. Seriously. Yeah, 24/7 year-round guidance and support. Those people are angels. Those people are angels straight up. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching.